Good morning, everybody. I'm going to get started. My name is Todd Zipper, President and CEO of the Learning House. It's great to be here, third time at ASU GSV, and enjoy giving this presentation. I'm going to cover three things today. A couple points about the state of higher ed, just so you have some context for our business and where we're going. I'm going to unwrap who we are and the business units that we have today, and then finally, just what sets us apart. So state of higher ed, a couple quick points. First, I've been showing this chart for a while, but basically higher ed's in decline, has been for about 5 years. That's not changing. What's new is that online higher ed, which is the space that we're primarily in, is growing, but is growing a lot less, and EduVentures is actually predicting that to flatten out, whereas a couple years ago it was showing kind of still runaway growth. So that is a bit problematic when you're trying to compete in this space. There are ways to combat this. There are a lot of innovations out there that hopefully can get that growth curve going again. Innovation is happening inside and outside of higher ed, mostly around the credential. How do we get it more cheaper? How do we get it quicker? A lot of good stuff happening between universities. You see what Coursera is doing with Illinois, UMass Boston. We partner with colleges on the coding bootcamp side through a brand software guild that I'll talk about in a second. So who we are. We're a mission-driven business. We help people improve their lives through education. We get to do that by partnering with universities, and we're focused on getting schools more students, more graduates, and better outcomes. That's why they come to us, which ultimately leads to higher revenue for schools, and hopefully they can thrive in the future. So our business units. We were founded in 2001 by a former professor from University of Louisville, primarily around Moodle hosting and course design. About 5 years ago, we've changed a lot. We really moved aggressively into the OPM space, or online program management space, and we have since expanded to meet really the needs of the market. We now have a whole corporate solutions division where we're focusing on enterprises' needs, not just bringing degrees to them, but curriculum that they need directly, or with our coding bootcamp. Software Guild is where we help people get basically trained up in software development and get jobs. Learning House International is where we help recruit international students, and advancement courses is where we work with continuing education for K through 12 teachers. So all that is to really help college and universities grow, and they will work very well together. We have about 420 employees today. So just quickly about the OPM business. We have about 44 partners, and 21 of them we consider full service partners, where we primarily do the marketing, enrollment, retention. We're managing about 400 programs, 3,000 courses. We're very diversified around the subject areas as well as the degree levels. So it's about 44% graduate level, 48% or a master's, 48% bachelor's, and then it's really the usual suspect of online programs around business, education, nursing, to give you a few of those. We are focused on both student-centric services and faculty-centric services. On the right side, we help schools think about product development, what programs they should offer, marketing and lead generation, enrollment management and retention. But we also work directly with faculty around instructional design, faculty support, and when schools want us to do the hosting. Although we do our services on Blackboard, Canvas, and soon to be D2L. This is some stats about our business, really around the OPM business. 2011 is really when it got started, so very small then. It's grown a lot over the last 5 years. We now have over 10,000 students. We've got over 20 schools that we're working with on the full service model, and it represents almost 400 programs. So just some key outcome stats. As you can see from this slide, both from an enrollment and degree conferral, we're growing our schools rapidly relative to what the market is today, which is generally flat over the last 5 years. So that's been good for our schools. And there's a lot of reasons, but we also see our lead to application rate, or the enrollment statistics, are far above the industry averages. We know that from our data that working with our instructional designers improves retention rates, so that's important. Retention rates, from a graduation standpoint, as the first part shows here, is substantially above the average for adult learners, whether you look at the U.S. News top 10 programs or the big non-for-profit players. And you can see that in bachelor's, as well as in the graduation, and as well as the retention rates. Corporate solutions, I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to kind of quickly go through this. But we work with over 100 partners. We work with them to save on tuition when they're working with our academic program management. We also bring now the Software Guild to skill up their workforces, and we customize programs. Software Guild, primarily 3 languages today, .NET, Java, mobile. We're getting into cybersecurity. We have 3 locations, 4 actually, and we have 5, as of yesterday, 6 university partners and lots of employers where we place people. Our outcomes have been pretty stellar. We're now part of CIR, which is the Council Integrity of Results Reporting, 87% employment in field after 180 days, 92% graduation rate. LHI is where we partner with our universities to bring them international students. We have 6 partners now. We really just launched this through an acquisition 4 months ago, and we're hoping to get a couple hundred students this year. Advancement courses, K through 12 education. We've been very focused on graduate education from the beginning, and now we have 200 course offerings, 3 university partners, and we're growing a lot there as well. So what sets us apart, just in my closing here? First, we take an enterprise-wide approach to the market. So we don't just go in, cherry-pick programs, a couple maybe graduate programs here. We typically work with about 20 programs per school. So we were looking to really go and help bring in the university online in a big way. We're very focused on quality and outcomes, partnering with faculty, making sure that the retention rates, the graduation rates are best in breed. Thought leadership, we host a conference every year. We do primary research studies. We feel like we know where the market's going. We're not just relying on third-party resources. We use a lot of analytics on the student acquisition side, on the student retention side, to really ensure that we're bettering our service every day. We tailor our contracts based on schools' needs, and culture is everything to us, and we think we're doing a good job. Thank you very much.